Hey y'all, Roxanne here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're not new. I appreciate you being here. Since we're heading into spring, or actually spring has already sprung, I thought it would be a good time to give an update on my intentions for 2025, but also some progress reports on things as far as the van goes, and especially in regards to getting my dog ready to take our first road trip in a couple weeks. So yeah, before we do all of that, I thought I would give you an example or just a glimpse into what her first ride in the van looked like. I'd been going through this process of getting her acclimatized to actually being in here, to the smells, to all of the things, because she's a very anxious girl. But today was the first day that she got to go anywhere in the van, and I was curious to see where she would decide, like, was her place. Yeah, she decided that wedge in the front seat was where she wanted to be because she wanted to get out of the vehicle. So definitely going to have to figure out the underbed situation. I think what's going to make the most sense for her is for me to have like a completely enclosed area that is blacked out and just for her. So I'm maybe looking at either a collapsible crate, hopefully I can find one that fits the dimensions, or actually building something out so that she has a space that is like secure and enclosed and hers. The things we do for our pets. Yeah, so apart from that, we did end up coming out to one of our favorite dog parks. It's an open space and she's able to be off leash and she can go chase other dogs. You're not supposed to chase, but they run around and play. And yeah, we just had a really good morning. I thought it was a really good example of the fact that spring in Colorado looks really different from spring in other places. It's very brown still. The mountains are still beautiful, but everything's pretty much still dead. It's trying to revive itself, but it's not quite there. So lots of brown things, lots of dried up things, which I also find really beautiful. So, yeah, we're not going to have any kind of blossoms and flowers and anything like that for at least I would say about a month, because we're also getting snow next week. So there's that. But it's Colorado for you, at least my neck of the woods. Yeah, so I think with that, what I would love to do is just kind of go through some of my intentions for 2025, but I also, in the comment section, would love to hear how you're doing with your intentions, with your New Year's goals or resolutions or whatever else it is that you may have done this year. I'd like to know what kind of progress are you making? What are you planning to do to kind of bring some redirection and make sure that in the months that are coming up that you're able to actually move toward the goal or the intention that you set for the year. So for me personally, I would say if I were grading myself, I'd get a C minus. It's been a really wild last few months. I've had some transitions and I'm still finding my footing in the midst of those transitions. So I haven't had a lot of energy and time to focus on my intentions, my goals for the year, but just as a refresher, mine was to live on purpose. And I think to some degree I am doing that just because I am getting ready for trips in the van and making plans toward that end. And that to me is very purposeful because number one, it's something that brings me joy. So being in the van, traveling, being outside, going on walks, all of that good stuff definitely brings me joy. Today, I think I overdid it a little bit with the dog park because I came back to the van and immediately had to lay down and take a nap because I think we were out there for almost 2 hours. But it's very easy to get lost in the maze of the trails that are out here and do that. So trying to be more purposeful in spending time outside. And the awesome part is, thinking about accountability, I have people in my life that are like, you should go outside. You haven't been outside today, have you? You should go outside. Because left to my own devices, I will like work and go hardcore during the day and then be so depleted at the end of the day that I just need to rest. So for me, it's like making sure that I go outside in the middle of the day when I still have a little bit of energy. That's the key. Another one was to eat more anti-inflammatory foods. I think that if I were to give myself a grade, that's a D. I feel like for me personally, just eating every day, at least twice a day, is a feat. And so sometimes I eat what's put in front of me. That's what I will say. And the the folks I live with, they know what that means, because literally I've had them say, hey, this is what's for dinner. Are you coming? And I'm like, oh, I guess so, because I've only eaten once today. So I could definitely do better with that. I have been able to incorporate more fruit and vegetables into my life, which is good, but I need to do better. As far as exercise and walks and stretching and yoga and things like that, I would give myself a C- on that. I've gotten a few walks in that have made me feel really great afterward. I've done a couple where I've pushed myself a little bit too much and I feel it later on. But I still haven't gotten into the swing of incorporating stretching and yoga into my daily routine. And I think that would be so incredibly beneficial. But I'm one of those people that does really well if I am doing yoga somewhere else. But if I'm doing it like in my house, I just don't. So I need to figure that out. Maybe I need to do yoga in nature. Who knows? And then for the other thing, I think that has been really great, I would say, one of the things I mentioned in my video about being purposeful for 2025 and living with intention was accountability. Like, I think I did a great job of building an accountability. One of the things that I wanted to be accountable with was doing YouTube, and you guys have been amazing. Like, your response to the channel, to the content, to all of the things has been absolutely phenomenal, and thank you for that. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing for me. I thought I'd get there like in December. Had a couple of videos that have had a few thousand views, which is really amazing. Didn't think I would be there this year either. But it's all because of you guys. And so the beautiful thing that I think is a part of that is the way you guys show up in the comments. The way that you guys show up in the comments. I've had a couple comments recently where I think his name is John. I think he's one of the people that's commented and was like, all right, you got the RV. Remember that recreation is part of that. So you need to get out. You need to get out there and do it. And it's like this constant shove that I need to make this a priority and getting out in this a priority. Because left to my own devices, I would only do it like when everything is perfect. But I think I have to do it like in process while I'm figuring things out. So thank you all for everybody that pushes and nudges and, you know, tries to get me to go out there and do the thing that I've been dreaming about for the last 8 years. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement. It means a lot. So, yeah, I think that's it. Again, I would really love to hear how you're doing with your New Year's resolutions, your New Year's goals, whatever it is that you are doing for 2025 to kind of keep yourself focused and wanting, like, moving toward a particular thing. Yeah, I think that that's how we continue to grow and learn. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here still. I appreciate you watching to the very end, and I hope that you're able to take good care this week. See you in the next one.